When the bad guys tell you that you need razor wire, you better listen. The very same day that the bad guy said, "Sir, you may need to get some barbed wire for your wall. It's too short. Someone can easily jump over there." I ordered the materials. Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. Yeah, we finally got the razor wire for our wall. In October, it'll be 5 years since we built this house, and we never had razor wire. We didn't see any need for it. But when they knocked down the house behind us, I had one of the bad guys come over and do some work for me. And you say, "Cal, how do you know he was a bad guy?" Well, that's one of the advantages for living around the locals. I've always lived around the locals. You know who everybody is. They know who you are. But anyway, he's on drugs. He doesn't have a job, and he does bad things. But anyway, he looks at that wall and he said, "Well, you may think about getting some razor wire." We call it barbed wire in America. "For your wall." He said, "It's too low." He said, "Someone can easily jump over there and get into your house." Well, I ordered the materials the same damn day. I'm not stupid. But this is the reason why I live around locals. I've never lived in one of those towers, in one of those fancy cities, because you don't learn anything about the Philippines. But it's really more or less a cultural thing. See, in America, we've got ADT, we've got guns, we've got Rottweilers. We've got none of that over here. So we use these walls really to keep honest man honest, because I've told you so many times, and I'll tell you again today, that I've been here on and off for 17 years. I've never had anything that even resembles trouble. I lost my iPhone one time, a brand new iPhone, and they turned it in. Of course, they can't get into it, and then I did offer a 2,500 peso reward, but that doesn't mean anything. Trust me, there's somebody over here who could have rigged that iPhone open. And then one time I'm riding in the pedicab, which, by the way, are some of the lowest paid people in all of the Philippines. To ride in a pedicab, which is the bicycle with the sidecar on it, it's only like 7 or 8 pesos. Well, I'm in there and I have on some shorts similar to what I've got on now, and all my credit cards and debit cards fell out. This is like 3 or 4 years ago. Altogether, it was about 5,000 US dollars worth of cards and debit cards. A fortune for him. He was waiting at the hotel for me. I gave him 1,000 pesos. So it's really not this, because we wouldn't have got it. If he wouldn't have said anything to me, I would have never got this. So I ordered the materials and I had a brother do the work, which, of course, that's really the only person that I allow to work on this house, because he does great work. But that's the reason why, guys. You know, everybody asks me all the time, well, why do they have gates and why do they have barbed wire, razor wire, like it's so dangerous over here? It's no more dangerous here than it is in America. I don't know why y'all think it's so dangerous over here. I guess because you don't know or you haven't lived here before. But that's really the reason. It's really cultural. You know, when I first built this house, before I had this wall, the same thing happened to me. I'm in my room, I'm taking a nap, because Merle and them hadn't even moved over here yet. They waited for an additional month. I was staying over here by myself. And I get up and I open up my blinds, and some little boys is looking through my window. Well, the very same day, I went out and hired somebody to start my wall. That's the only reason you do it. But when you live around the locals, see, you'll pick up on stuff like that. Most of the stuff I learned about the Philippines, I learned from them. That's why when you see these guys, they live in these towers in Cebu, Manila, and all these places, they know very little about the Philippines. They know very little about the people. I live around the people. I made it a conscious effort to do that. I mean, from the very first time I came here, y'all don't understand. I used to live in the squatter area. I lived in the squatter area for a long time when my son was born, because I spent all my money. I ended up having to stay with her family. So yeah, I know what it's like. But we finally did it, and it cost me altogether about, I'm gonna say about $300, maybe less. I'm gonna say less than that. I'm gonna say about 225, 250, because we paid him $8,000 to do that. And I think we spent another $5,000 or something on materials, maybe a little bit more. And like I said, it looks really, really good. I feel better now, you know, knowing that you can't get over that. That should have cut you, man. Stuff is razor sharp. That's why they call it razor wire here. But I just wanted to come on here and tell you, because I know you're going to notice that if ever I do a video. You're going to say, hey, Cal, what are you doing with that razor wire on there? Yeah, that's why. Because I listen to the people. It's a community here in the Philippines. I think I talked to y'all about this before. This is why the police solve the crimes so easily. They know who's committing the crimes. They know who the bad guys are. But when you live among the locals, not only do you know the bad guys, but they know who you are. And I've helped even the bad guys. And one more tip before I get off here. Whenever you need some help around your house and one of your neighbors knows how to do it, hire the neighbor to do it. You know, Filipinos have the reputation of being the greatest neighbors in the world, which they really are. But this is a way that you stay in, you know, in good standing with the neighbors. You know, just something simple like I had the bad guy. Remember I told you I had that rat running around up in above my ceiling. I don't know how he got in. He seems to think he got in from this drain pipe and ran the drain pipe up, because that's where they came from when they knocked that wall, when they knocked that house down right there. That's where those rats came from. I just paid him to go up there, set the trap. Once it caught the rat, go up there and get it. I paid him $350. That's a whole day's pay for a laborer over here. But that's how you do that, guys. It's just a little stuff like that that I try to teach you when you live in the Philippines. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, find in your heart to help somebody. Not a day goes by that I don't help somebody. Of course, we spin the wheel again last night and gave another Filipino family 1,000 pesos. Guys, there's a lot of money over here. It's like somebody giving you $1,000 in America. Not the exchange rate, but the degree of difficulty that it would take the average Filipino to come up with 1,000 pesos is the same as it would take the average American to come up with $1,000. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, help us, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. Listen to the people. Certainly the bad guys. This is the reason I don't live in a tower, guys. I could. We could have had a nice condominium somewhere. I choose to live among the locals. It's the only way you're going to learn about the country. And they're the best teachers.
Boots on the ground. Don't do nothing stupid. Give that man his flowers. A tribute through music. If I don't know nothing, I know one thing. When we help others,